Good evening, YouTubers. Reloading Bench back with you once again. It has been one heck of a hump day, and a little tea is necessary. As you probably are aware, I'm a tea fan, and my decanter is running low on tea, so I will probably need a refill soon. Heck of a hump day. Glad it is over. On to more fun things. Okay, this came, and I'm at a really weird angle with the camera, something I couldn't do with my Osmo Pocket because it really doesn't have a lock-in for tripod slash selfie stick. It had that slip-in base, and at the angle I'm running with the Osmo Action right now, that wasn't possible. So this may look a little weirder than normal. I usually shoot from a lower angle to get a better picture, but it's a big box. In fact, this is a big small business made in the USA box, probably with some foreign parts. But I got to tell you, and as I talk about this, and we'll do a unboxing and first look singular, because it's a space that is going to be new for me, and that I've been thinking about for years. But I wanted to say, this is probably the best packaging I've seen of a box since my father, who has since passed, used to send his grandchildren for the holidays, when he would send these amazingly giant malt balls from Chicago that were just pure heaven, which probably didn't help my diabetes. But my sons loved it, and they knew immediately anytime Grandpa's package showed up, because my father would use cellophane tape, and it would look just like this, but instead of this wet tape, I don't remember what this tape is called, he would use the nylon. That's what I meant, not cellophane, the nylon equivalent of this. So as soon as I saw this box, I thought of my father, and that was good memory. Anyway, the cardboard is, you get what you pay for, and I couldn't be happier. I mean, I've had stuff that has been shipped from one city over that has looked like it's been through a hurricane and was treated like a football, and I've had stuff shipped around the world that looks like this, and this is coming from Wisconsin, so halfway around the country. Back my Midwest roots from Chicago, and this box is very cool. So before I get into the box or start unwrapping the box, I'll give you a little bit of hint, which if you're looking around the bench close enough, you'll probably can put two and two together and catch the difference of some of the clues I've lined up. So let me give you two more clues. Clue number, and put this off to the side. Clue number one. Yeah, this should clue you in. Oh yeah, you know what that's for. Which is kind of funny, because it's the same thing as this that we have for our camping supplies. Go look on Amazon for the cost of this today. I mean, these are $3.50, or used to be $3.50 at like Walmart. Go look on Amazon and or Walmart today. I guess they've jumped into the unobtainium. Obviously, I haven't used this in a while because it's a little dusty. Unobtainium class of product, which I thought was kind of funny. So once I learned of how rare and difficult some of these are to procure. In fact, where was I? One of the big box shops didn't even have these. Luckily, the other big box shop did. And then I also picked up this gem, and that is to allow me to refill with my larger propane tanks, so I don't have to keep buying these things. I do like the size of the cylinder. It's 2 ounces, just under 2 ounces smaller than the Coleman camping version, but product-wise, it's identical. All right, so if you haven't figured out what this box is, I'll give you an even bigger clue. let's put this in front so you guys can see it. I found this product by accident a couple weeks ago. Wasn't really looking for an annealer, and I had thought about annealing for years, and there were a couple of, let me get my cheat sheet out, there were a couple of reasons, handful of reasons that prevented me from going down the annealing path. One was size. As you can see, my bench is cluttered and small, and the underbench, the shelving underneath, is just as cluttered and out of space as are my overhead shelves. I don't have room for an annealer, the traditional annealer. So size was an issue. Cost, and cost comes down to type. You know, if your annealer is propane based, it's a lot cheaper than, say, the induction based. You know, so you're looking anywhere from maybe $300 to $500, depending on who makes it. So these are all generic numbers. $300 to $500 on a propane based solution, again depending on who makes it. And you know, you could go as high as, I've seen them, $1,200 to $1,400 on the fancy schmancy induction ones. And there's people now that are doing homemade induction, and I didn't want to go down that path because for the induction, there's a I'll call it the third category, caliber issue. And you know, those coils are only so big, and I'll cover why calibers were an issue for me. So when I was looking, or you know, contemplating the thought of an annealing machine, I had broken it down, and my terms are probably not the best, but they work for me. I broke it down into three categories: the hopper or funnel version, where you have this big giant Y of feeding brass. You have a turntable model like this, and then you have a drum model. And the drum model seems to be more of the homemade DIY category per se. So with the hopper funnel model, and how that multiple wheels turn and grabs one piece of brass and then throws it on another wheel and then exposes it to the flame. The problem I had with the funnel or hopper versions was caliber variety. And yeah, you can get some that have interchangeable wheels, and then you're dealing with extra parts. And I'm like, yeah, it was just a big turnoff. Plus, most of those are much, much larger sitting on your bench. The turntable one, and this is the one that caught my eye. And the reason it caught my eye, two reasons. One, it's all in, it looks like a combination of stainless and aluminum. And I'm a fan of the bare metal look. I love stainless, I love aluminum. It just has this industrial kind of look to it. But what was key on this particular annealer from AGS, which is based out of, I believe, Serbia, Stephan in Serbia, who is Johnny on the spot with email responses, like instant, considering the time differences. At least it felt that way. Very, very responsive. His annealer for $230 shipped from Serbia. So obviously, when you consider the shipping costs for that, he's taking a hit for shipping something that's probably going to be the equivalent of this, because this box is not this annealer. So I was going to buy this. I even emailed Stephan to say, hey, money's tight right now, too many toys. As soon as I do my taxes, kind of thing, I'll buy one of these, which was my intent. And his particular solution has inserts, and it comes with two sets of inserts, 10 holes. So one of the other considerations for me and annealing was volume. The reason I don't like the giant hopper versions is because I'm not a large volume, high volume shooter in terms of rifle. I'll go out and plink a little bit, have some fun, and I'm good. And this seemed to be the perfect solution. It's compact in size, 6x6. It's got a great price. It comes with two sets of inserts. And my two selections were going to be 223 and 308. Those would probably be the most heavily used bottleneck rounds that I would shoot. So I thought everything was cool. A little bit of a bummer, 4 to 6 weeks, but again, when you consider where it's coming from, he's making these small shop kind of things, no big deal. Lots of good reviews. You can go out on YouTube and check them out. In fact, as you know, I kind of double up on some of my solutions, so further down the road, I may pick this up anyway, just as an N+1. I'm a big fan of N+1 because when stuff breaks down, you're out of business. So I was dead set on this until I came across this, and this is something that was a DIY project about, I think I saw some videos back in 2014, 2015 timeframe. I might be a year or so off, maybe 2016. Suffice to say, this design, this basic design, is all over the internet, all over YouTube. But I think the original design by EPS, Todd at EPS, was back in I'm just going to say 2015-ish. And this is the official version 2.0, so it's gone through some design iterations. And once I open this up, and they say you're supposed to be really careful so you don't damage any of the components, and that's probably why it's packed in such, I mean, this is heavy-duty cardboard. This is keeper cardboard. I would not throw this cardboard away. I'll keep the box for something. So they said be careful opening this. You know, warning. Pay attention to what you're doing. And let me try and find the seam here. And there were 2 reasons I went with this solution. One was price. Actually, there's more than 2. One was price. One was size. It's comparable to the AGS solution. Size, cost, and I'll share with you the third once we open it up. I thought I was clear on this side. Probably helps if I have the actual knife cutting. All right. I've been getting a lot of comments on my videos. Hey, you talk too much, dude. That's what I do. I'm old. That's what old people do. So this comes with the torch, which the AGS version did not. So the AGS version comes with this. This is what you get. Powerwall charger is not included because obviously this is made in a country that has a different adapter. So you pick your own adapter up. You obviously have to pick up your torch as well as your propane, which I've done. All right, so we're going to unpack things very slowly. Okay, this looks like the wall charger and propane tank holder. Let me get this out of the way. Paper, packing paper. Okay, a little bit of resistance there. So I think what I'm going to do, I mean, there was some thought that went into this packing, without question. And because of the design, I want to be very careful so that I do not damage the drum. This is a drum design. Oh, cool. There's some swag in there, too. I love it when I get the swag. That's probably the slowest unboxing I've ever done, but it's because of the warning. Okay. So what I'm going to do, because it looks like the unit and the configuration of some of the parts of the unit are holding this pan in. So let me move my essentials out of the way. and kind of move to a, I mean, it's a heavy, I weighed the box, it's 10.5 pounds. All right, so we now have the unit and this tray. All right, so I thought this, and there is the unit. I thought this was a nice touch. They totally didn't have to do this, and I will probably look for a half loaf pan, again, for bench size consideration. But I thought that was a really nice touch, totally unnecessary, and I don't think anybody else does it. Again, this is from EP, I think I said EPS earlier. That's probably a vendor in the back of my mind. EP Integrations built this. Todd at EP Integrations. And I will say, these guys were amazing on their communication in terms of email, answering questions, just on top of it, because I got my updates on when it was packing, when it was shipping. I mean, it's a beautiful, small unit. In fact, I will, there's the power. I will bust out, I like the fact that it's in the back. I will bust out the tape measure. So we have a footprint that is 10 inches, actually 10 1/4. 10 1/4 long by, the unit is 3 inches, but when you consider the drum and how far out things stick, 6.5 inches, so 10 by 6.5, which is a little bit bigger than Stephan's unit with AGS. Again, loving this unit. There's no dings whatsoever here. No dings. And the number one reason, and this was the biggest improvement that I saw from Todd and Company, was, and here we got instructions, was the adaptability to various calibers. And the beauty of this machine, again, low volume, no hopper. I've seen folks that have a similar design that have built a hopper here. I'm not interested in a hopper. I've seen people that have done extensions here. I'm not a high volume shooter, so this will not be everyone's cup of tea. But it is my cup of tea, and I'm going to tell you the number one reason why I went with the EP Integrations solution, and that is the adjustability for various calibers. So in order to change calibers from the smallest caliber you shoot to say the largest caliber you shoot, is by adjusting this and this pan, this base, forward or backward. So in its farthest position back, and obviously you would adjust this fence as well. So in the farthest position back, and again, if you look at their website, they can do 50 BMG. This is not 50 BMG, this is 416 Barrett. And I thought that one of the showstoppers for me over the years of not getting an annealer sooner was, most people will shoot 223, and where's 308? Good job. Most people will shoot 223, 308 in terms of their volume. And that's how the wheel and the hopper and the volume, they work great. No dings. I have a variety of calibers that I've lined up here. In fact, here, I'll put them right here so you can see smallest to largest. And then I will go through each one of the calibers that this machine can handle because of the adjustability. And this was the biggest difference. This was the the differentiation for me that refocused my purchasing from the AGS solution. So the AGS solution would have done 223 and 308 with the inserts. And they have available inserts for other calibers, which probably would have covered everything except 416 Barrett. And I think the highest Stephan offers for inserts is to accommodate the 338 Lapua. I would imagine he would custom make a set or maybe modify the turntable cutouts to accommodate a 416 Barrett. So that's maybe something I'll take up with him, because again, I love that design. Again, simplicity at its best. But for me and my variety, because I would say I go through all of these rounds in terms of similar volume. So not high volume for anyone. Now, if I had to pick two, obviously it would be 223 and 308 that would probably be fired more than anything else. But love the 416, 30-06, 300 Winchester. So I'll go through my my rifle-sized bottleneck would be FN57, 300 Blackout, 76239, 223556, 308. This is either 300 Winchester. No, this is maybe 30-06. Yeah, this is 30-06. Great hunting round. 300 Winchester. And of course, the big boy 416 Barrett, which is what my YouTube channel started on 5 years ago. So the ability to anneal each one of these with one machine, nothing else needed, no inserts to keep track of, no additional wheels to insert or click and change out. Everything is in this machine, and everything is included to do all of these calibers that I shoot natively without having to buy anything else for a comparable price to what I was going to pay for Stephan's AGS custom solution. So his annealer was 230. I would have opted for the additional bracket that lifts it up because of my larger brass, and that was, I think, $20. And you're at 250. And I was also looking at potentially a backup torch head as well, which is not necessary on this solution because you are using the supplied manual torch that actually sits away off to the side over here. So the level of adjustability in terms of where you want your flame, I won't say more control, different control. And again, for me, that's a plus. So when I look at the calibers that I would be able to cover with one machine, EP Integrations has, in my opinion, a winner. So tonight is not try it night. Tonight is unboxing and you know, again, awe. I know if I pop this off, I'm going to see some very simplistic. You know, I've seen this on the internet, YouTube both YouTube, Amazon, eBay, in terms of parts. It looks like 0. I may put some lettering on here for plus minus. Obviously plus would be clockwise, minus counterclockwise. So maybe max is there, min is there. When I plug it in and turn it on and start playing with it, it looks like the base is locked down. So yeah, but this is thick. This is heavy. This plate looks like it's 1/4 inch aluminum. The drum it doesn't feel flimsy, and I know the 2015 part was like a cake pan that was, you know, repurposed and cut apart. I have to say, build quality and initial look and feel, this is a solid solid machine that doesn't take up a ton of space. In fact, one of the things I was thinking of, you know, I'm going to make a cover for it. Probably black, just because it's all black. Everything else is red, so looks like I'll have to. And red and black are my favorite colors for paintball. It's the paintball colors I used to wear when I was younger and more mobile, before my hips gave out on me. So I'll put a cover on this. I'll have a cover made, and this may go right in back of some other things on the bench. And again, another key consideration for having an annealer was the size. I didn't want this monster unit, and everybody has different needs, and I get it, and to each their own. And for me, this is a winner. I'm quite impressed with what Todd has done from a what I'll call a DIY, putting some stuff together to you know, making something that is commercial quality. In my opinion, this is you know, if I saw this in a reloading shop, I'd think big company. I would not think small shop, you know, small family business. And again, I don't know how big EP Integrations is, but Todd, you guys have a winner on your hands, in my opinion, and it's the differentiator for me, this ability to adjust this drum and this, I don't know what this is called, but I'll find out, because that is also adjustable to pull out. And again, there's some great videos on how to use this on YouTube already. I will do a video once I get my act together and try this out, and I will do various calibers. But yeah, this is a winner. I know I use that term a lot, and if I didn't like it, I would say so. And as far as I'm concerned, this is good stuff. So thank you, folks, and I'm a liking what I see. I might change out depending on the size of this, the flywheel here, and I like how these are different sized and appropriate for, again, my OCD kicking in. They're just right size. They're both different, and it makes sense in terms of the size. Smaller one for this fence, larger one for this particular guide rod, which I will pull out a little bit right now. And yeah, smoking. Good stuff. Good stuff, EP Integrations. And Todd, I thank you for your attention to detail, the emails, and the level of communication and correspondence. Bottom assessment, final assessment on initial look is based on fit, quality, feel, and features that I've seen online. I got my values worth out of this one, without question. So good stuff. More to come. There will be a part 2 of this when I finally get things working, but we'll call this first looks, and really cool. I'm liking it. That's it for now. Sorry for the long-windedness that somebody will complain about.